Let's get some of the latest business news now. And in the U.S., every day without an agreement between Republicans and Democrats on raising the debt ceiling is bringing the country closer to a potential default and also a potential constitutional crisis. Charles Pellegrin is here to tell us more. Good morning, Charles.
Morning, Allison. Yes, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen was the one to ring the alarm in an interview on U.S. channel ABC this weekend. The U.S. government could run out of cash as early as June 1st if it doesn't raise its borrowing limit and could be unable to make payments. Now, President Joe Biden is due to meet with congressional leaders on May 9th to find a way out of the impasse. Republicans passed a bill in the House of Representatives last month that would raise the debt ceiling in exchange for spending cuts and other policy changes, including a rollback on Joe Biden's student loan debt cancellation initiative. Well, this could be a starting point for negotiations, but Democrats have also considered other options, including having the president invoke the 14th Amendment of the Constitution to continue to issue new debt unilaterally. Well, Janet Yellen made it clear, though, that the preferred solution should be found in Congress, saying using the constitutional amendment would be, quote, among the not good options.
Our priority is to make sure that Congress does its job. There is no way to protect our financial system and our economy other than Congress doing its job and raising the debt ceiling and enabling us to pay our bills. And we should not get to the point where we need to consider whether the president can go on issuing debt. This would be a constitutional crisis.
Well, to Brussels now, where EU member states are expected this week to discuss a new sanctions package in response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The Financial Times is reporting that for the first time, sanctions against 7 Chinese companies could be among the measures. The businesses are accused of selling equipment that can be used in Russian weapons. For instance, one of the targeted companies, King Pi Technology, provides microelectronics that can be used in cruise missile guidance systems. Some of the companies listed have already been subject to sanctions from the United States. The EU, following in Washington's footsteps, is likely to anger Beijing. Well, the Financial Times also reporting the new package could include sanctions against Iranian companies that manufacture and supply drones to Russia, as well as restrictions on exports of certain products to third countries that help the circumvention of sanctions, a ban of oil tankers that hide the fact that they import Russian oil by concealing their location, and a widening of the list of banned exports from Russia is also on the cards. Well, industrial production in Germany slowed down more than expected in March, partly due to a weak performance by the country's auto sector. Production fell 3.4% compared to the previous month, according to the Federal Office of Statistics. In February, that figure was an increase of 2.1%. Let's take a look at the markets now. And European markets have opened flat this Monday, or mixed. Traders are looking ahead this week to more corporate earnings, economic data, and a Bank of England rate decision later this week. You could see the DAX in Frankfurt up just over the flat line, 0.03%. The Paris CAC Allen down just under the flat line. The FTSE in London is closed this Monday for a public holiday. And on the back of a rebound on Wall Street on Friday night after 4 days of consecutive losses, Asian markets are largely trading higher as well this Monday. Shanghai leading the gains up 1.70%. Tokyo, the Nikkei in Tokyo, bucking the trend, though, closing down over 0.2% minutes from the March monetary policy meeting, showing concern over the inflation rate accelerating faster than expected. Zimbabwe's central bank is launching its own digital token this Monday in hopes of reducing reliance on the U.S. dollar. This follows the launch of physical gold coins, as you can see here, as stores of value last July. The tokens are backed by the country's gold reserves and can be used to make peer-to-peer payments and transactions with businesses. The aim here is to prop up the country's falling currency, the Zimbabwean dollar, which is officially valued at around 1,000 to $1 US, but can go at double that rate in the illegal market. And let's finish with some news from down under. The AFL, the Australian Football League, Aussie Rules, has announced a new team will be joining its league in 2028, a team from the island of Tasmania, but they were unable to announce the team's name or its colors. And that's because there could be a copyright infringement issue. If you're going to have a sports team in Tasmania, the temptation obviously is to call it the Tasmanian Devils. And that's where Warner Brothers comes in. The U.S. entertainment giant holds 6 trademarks for the Tasmanian devil character in its Looney Tunes universe, and has said it will, quote, fiercely protect its rights, Allison, which feels a bit unfair because
I was going to say, I think I have to rule a Team Tasmania on that one. Charles, I guess we'll see what happens. Thank you very much, Charles, as always, for that business update. That's our business editor there, Charles Pellegrin.